Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing a process video, which I think is now the first one on the channel because I think I deleted anything previously. So I am using a prompt from the Quirky Kits Facebook group. I do subscribe to their kits, but anybody can join the group. So there's weekly challenges. The challenge I'm doing is to take 5 patterns. So I'm going to pull out loads of my stash and try and work through that. But in the group there is some helpful photos just to give you an idea and start you off. So I'm using this photo of me from lockdown last year, living my best lockdown life with the biggest flower crown and glitter, because if you can't in lockdown, when can you? So I'm starting off with this cut file from Paige Evans, and I'm just going to back it with a bunch of different papers that I pulled out to bring out the flower crowns. There's lots of floral and there's lots of sort of pink and peachy vibes going on. I can't remember where all of these papers are from, so sorry about that, but if I do remember when I caption, I'll try and pop them in the description box thing. So I'm just going to hack into the paper because I find that the easiest way to then draw the bits I'm going to cut out and stick after. So that's what I'm doing now. And then I don't know if this is the way everyone does it, but this is how I do it. I just get a pencil, flip my paper onto the reverse side and flip the cut file and just draw inside and then cut around that, leaving a little bit of a gap just so it obviously has something to stick to. So I'm just lining it up there. I think it was a little bit too big, so I'll just go back and cut a little bit after. And then I really need decent glue recommendations, so if anybody can recommend a glue with a thin tip nib, please let me know in the comments, because I am using PVA glue and a paintbrush and this PVA is awful. It works, but I just feel like if I had a better glue I would enjoy this process a lot more. But you've just seen me there paint the glue on and then stick it down, and basically you just keep repeating this process for the whole thing. So just making sure that you're on the wrong side of the paper with your pencil markings so that that obviously isn't seen on the right side of your cut file. And just keep doing that. I just made sure I pulled out different papers that kind of coordinated and clashed with the previous paper because I quite like my colours to be quite bold. So in a minute I think I'm going to click my fingers as if by magic we will have the finished cut file. And there we go. So I'll just quickly show you what that looks like, and then that is the mess on the back, but it's fine because you don't see that. So I play around a little bit here because I started off with a piece of white 12 by 12 card, but I felt like the cut file then just got lost. So I pulled some of that polka dot paper that I'd used in it as well, and I thought I would rip it because I thought that would add a bit of interest and break it up. But I played around with it for ages and it just didn't look right. So I decided to go for a totally different piece of backing paper altogether, and I pulled out this pink Paislee, sort of light decking-y, wood grainy kind of paper, and I played around with the formatting of that for ages until I decided to put it at the bottom. I wish it was that quick to take off the double-sided tape in real life. I was going to back the photo, but it wasn't looking right, so I decided not to in the end. And here we start the faffy section, because I faff so much when I embellish layouts. Let me know in the comment box if you do that or if it's just me, but honestly this makes it look so quick, but the process took a lot longer. So I found this little house puffy sticker and I pulled out a frame. I think they might be crepe paper frames, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I grabbed some tiny words and I cut the phrase I used up just so I could fit it on the bottom of that sort of like Polaroid frame, and then I cut a Project Life card up to use the tag, and then I glued that little frame and house to the tag and pulled out my sticker books. These sticker books I think were £10 in Hobbycraft and they are amazing. There's so many stickers in there And because I use a lot of the crepe paper collections and a lot of muted colours, I find that if I grab that, something will go with whatever layout I'm making. I've used it for Christmas projects and not Christmas projects. It's not a Christmas sticker book, but I just rate it so much. So I definitely check those out if you can find them. I also found these bits of like flower ephemera. I cannot remember the collection. They might be pink paisley, but don't quote me on that. And I just started playing around with putting those behind the photo and around the outside of the cut file, because I thought if I was going with the flower crown theme, then I needed flowers all over this page. So I just popped some of those up on little foam pads just to add a bit more dimension. Others I just use my glue runner and adhere straight down to the page. But I do think it adds a little something extra when you put some onto the foam pads. And then I pulled out that puffy, I don't think it's a puffy sticker actually, I think it is chipboard. And I decided to use the Good Vibes Only as the title for the page, because it just seemed to fit. And I couldn't find my like thicker ruler thing, so I just used a normal metal ruler and it did the job. So yeah, just stick those on now, making sure to put the dot on the eye because I always usually forget that. And then I used the smaller heart rather than the one that was next to it, just because it fit that gap perfectly. And what do I do? Oh, okay, so this is where we have a bit of a craft fail. I pulled these Heidi Swap stamps because I wanted to stamp a bit, and it smudged so much. It looked so bad. So I then have to pull another sticker book out to try and find something to cover the monstrosity that it created. So I just found this like date sticker, and I think I use a heart in the end just to cover that last ink splodge up. So I won't be using that stamp set with that ink pad again, but I just put the date on that little tag. And then I think I grab a fine liner and go around the outer edge of the page. I really like doing this because I feel like it just grounds it and pulls the whole thing together. And I do like going over bits and adding little like messy scribbles just because I don't like it to look too perfect and it just feels right. And then I just write the date on the back because I'm so bad at putting these into my albums. So when I get through to sorting out, I forget when the thing happened. I know it's on the front of the layout, but if I start getting to the habit of putting it in the back now, I remember. But there we go. So that was the layout. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below, and I'll be back with another process video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.